has he been? The last time we heard from him, his entire channel was taken off YouTube monetization, and he uploaded a final video announcing that he is complete, he is done, no more videos ever again, he can't make money. What is Greg doing now? Well, I know what I did. I went to Amazon and I wrote my very first Amazon book review. Having covered this man for over a decade, I can't believe it took me this long to dive into one of the most abysmal books I've ever read. It's an ego-infested, jiggy, craving book where he bolsters himself as some weird savior complex around women. He loves pregnant women a lot. No page numbers, the amount of run-on sentences make it difficult to read, much less comprehend some of the things he says, or describes everyone around him as terrible robotic people with no sense of morality. Everybody has a problem except him. I spilled coffee on the book and happily threw it away once I finished it. I personally feel like this is one of my most best reviews. I am currently reading book 2, Stones of Abigail, so that will be up in the near future, another book review, and this one actually has page numbers. Wow, unbelievable. But he disappeared off of social media. Like, completely, utterly. And do you know why he disappeared off of social media? Because he couldn't get my sponsor. A perfect segue into the sponsor of the channel today, known as Raid Shadow Legends. It's also their 2-year anniversary. Boy, does that cake look good. And right now, Raid is celebrating 2 years of incredible gameplay. It started off with simple concepts and characters, then the app blew up and became even bigger. Raid is the #1 RPG in the US. There is over 1 million players every day, over 2 billion battles, but most of all, a strong, massive community of players. Raid has fostered a very strong community of dedicated players, and they're giving along so many goodies these next 6 weeks. If it wasn't for the community, Raid would not be what it is today. All the cosplays, the content creation, the community made Raid as strong as it is. There's never been a better time to play Raid right now. This is their 3rd year, and they're adding more and more content. My favorite part about Raid is just the visual aspect. It's beautiful. Hit that link in the description box or scan my QR code, and you'll get a free champion known as Jotan, 100,000 silver, 50 gems, and 3 ancient shards. All this treasure will be waiting for you here, and all these rewards will be available for the next 30 days and only for new players. Now, if you go to his website, onision.com, you're going to realize this is actually a Tumblr, which he reformatted, programmed to make it kind of look like a website, which you can do with, I guess, Tumblr. And on his main page, we got his OnlyFans, we got his wish list, we got his contact, we got his 4 books. We have these 3 categories: Air Force pictures, Onision was discharged under honorable conditions, people pics, photos with people who have been around Onision in the past, Instagram. And then at the very bottom, it says Onision in real life debunked evidence and facts. Basically, he just responds to the documentary on Discovery Plus extensively. Like, I'm not going to go through all this, but like, facts and evidence page, Sarah, Chris Hansen speaks, Shiloh. Like, if you click on the Chris Hansen tab, it just is like all these articles. Chris Hansen was arrested for larceny. Chris Hansen was charged with this, charged with that. Chris Hansen's in debt. Like, all the stuff. It's actually, it's not completely, I'm going to be honest, I don't like Chris Hansen, but a lot of the stuff is actually pretty accurate. But that's besides the point. And like this, like, regardless of what you think of Shiloh, Onision endured months of this at Shiloh's hands. She continues to wage war on him for rejecting her. Which, like, even in the books and even in, like, real life, it's like anytime somebody is in a relationship or close to him and they have a falling out, it's always because he rejected them. There's a clear indication of a pattern here that is just overwhelmingly obvious at this point. Like, every person he has a fallout with who's a woman, it's always because he rejected them, not because he did horrible, crappy things to them in a relationship. Like, cheat multiple times with other different people, but like, whatever at this point, right? I don't really care. This is all done and deal. This has been, everybody has seen this. This is really nothing new. It's just his website's categorized with these sections, since he, you know, no longer has YouTube monetization. There's no reason to make content because it doesn't make money. Right now, he's offering like these Discord perks, and you can see this, these different rankings. I guess this is like his only way to make money right now. OnlyFans and Discord ranking policy where you can pay to play video games with him and things like that. Like, by the way, if you want to play video games, I'm a lot cheaper. I'm a lot more affordable, just in case you ever are curious or want to play games with me. And also, I'll talk to you through video chat for an hour. Way cheaper too. It's like $50 a month for what? 30 to 45 minutes to talk with me personally on Discord. Like, if that's something you want to do, you can do it. My rates are really, really cheap. Now, something that you may or may not have seen yet is I was contacted by Onision through email, yet again for the 50 billionth time. But this one was a little bit different because he actually CC'd all of us, including Blair White, Jacqueline Glenn, Social Repose, Creep Show Art, who else? Repzilla, And I just found this really funny not to share with you guys. Hi, James. Evidence was just leaked that Shiloh was paid 20,000 smackers and Edward and Generation $800 to appear in this documentary about you on Discovery Plus. I felt I wanted to let you know it's just more evidence about how Shiloh lives. She claims she was not paid. Now, attached to this email is this fake invoice from Blackfin Media. This is a fake invoice, okay? Now, what was found out is that this fake invoice was sent by a guy by the name of Anonymous Gene. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's not a good dude. He works with Chris Hansen. If you know who Anonymous Gene is, if you ever interact with him, stay away from him. He's a doxer. He's a crazy dude. But this is him. He even self-admitted that he sent this fake invoice to get Onision to like react to it, and boy did Onision react to it, because he forwarded us this email trying to say like, look at this, Shiloh was paid or Edward was paid. Now I'm not going to go through this entire thing, but Creepshow responds. You can see a response here, and mind you, this is replying to all of us. Like, we're all tagged in this email, so we're all getting these replies. You would think just looking at onision.com/Shiloh and seeing what was sent would be more established. I was honest from day one. View both sides before you come to conclusions. I know you don't want to believe, but it's the truth. It's not always what we feel to believe. Reality is what it is, like it or not. And this goes back and forth, and there's pretty much an argument. Creepshow gave Greg a lot more attention than I did, because I was really short and brief. But Jacqueline Glenn responded with this. I don't know, guys. I'm inclined to believe it is also received this highly credible invoice to prove Onision himself is being paid from Discovery Plus to make response videos. And, you know, Jacqueline just takes a little ink thing, says, Blackfin invoice, Greg Onision, amount, money. Like, she's obviously making fun of Greg here by making this horrendous, fake, stupid little invoice mocking him, because it's clear as day that Onision forwarded us a fake invoice. And even if it wasn't a fake, I don't care. And of course, Greg derails, saying, Jacqueline, I tried to protect you from social repose. You made fun of me. As a result, ye broke you for some time. Blah, 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 blah. Nobody gives a living flying fuck, dude. Also, super side note, but saying I told you so to someone because they were hurt by a person who had bad vibes to make you look like a parrot who's run out of things to say, stop. Social Repose just responds with, leave me out of this. I don't blame him. Repose, you cheated on Jacqueline with 4 women. You have made numerous videos on me. Blah, blah, blah. And honestly, I'm just sitting here just kind of laughing to myself. It's like, dude, you cheated on your husband. Okay? You gave them gave a girl like a booty massage when your husband specifically said, I'm not comfortable with you doing this or being intimate with this other person, but then when he was gone, excuse me, he did, like, you are, it's weird to me. A cheater, like, going after another cheater, saying, like, you cheat, like, what is happening here? And I just replied, Jacqueline, you're hilarious. That's the most convincing evidence I've ever seen. Greg, I suggest using your payment from the documentary you received to help reduce the cost of your IRS bills. Best, Daniel. As for cheating, when did I ever? Ha 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 ha. As for you, Daniel, aren't you a self-admitted groomer? What did you tell that 12-year-old to do again? I said come back to when you're of age. And little known fact, Greg, I was a minor at the time. So you have 2 minors, and then the minor who is an older minor saying, hey, come back to me when you're of age. Yeah, that's totally a terrible thing, Greg. I know you want to project your own screw-ups onto me really, really deeply, but hey, I digress. Nobody gives a crap. This just goes on and on and on and on. And then this is where this is the icing on the cake, guys. The email I forwarded you regarding people getting paid for the show was recently publicly claimed to be fake by an alleged creator of the content, i.e. an internet troll. I'm sorry for falling for the troll. My mistake. Wow, Greg. It's just like me, Jacqueline Glenn, and Creepshow, and everybody in that email conversation said that you forwarded us a fake invoice that somebody photoshopped together to try to prove your point, and then you used fake evidence and contacted me and everybody else to claim, look, I was right, only to admit the next day that it was fake. What is wrong with you? This is why people don't trust you, dude. This is why nobody takes you seriously. It's because if somebody says something, regardless of there's evidence to back up that claim, you take it verbatim and then you spread it around like it's a fact. A human fact machine. But guess what? Your fact machine that is your mouth is nothing but lies over and over and over and over again. Now, I know you think the same of me and thousands of all the other people on YouTube who've said the similar things. But the point is, this just proves everything. Literally. You cry, scream in these emails tagging all of us, and then at the very end of it, you admit, oh, I use faked evidence. Wow, dude. You deserve a moldy cupcake. Congratulations, dude.